Welcome everyone to Crypto Counselor. Thanks for tuning in. I'm in the park. I'm doing a video outside, so it's really nice. Get some fresh air into you. Okay, so this this quick discussion is actually about Bitcoin Private. Now, for anyone who doesn't actually know what Bitcoin Private is, the best way to say is it's a new coin that's going to come out February the 28th, so it's a new crypto. So, I'll just mention a few small little tech things and just other basic things, but it's coming out February 28th. That's when it's going to be forked. I think it's coming out a few days later, like March the 2nd. But I'll be talking about this Bitcoin Private in a few more videos because there's a lot of really fantastic things I found out about this coin. And not just about the coin, but actually about the team. So there's great things about the team, there's great things about the coin, there's great things about the technology, there's great things about the vision. So it kind of ticks off a lot of things in crypto world. And things, a lot of people aren't really aware that with cryptos, you don't just launch on a coin and go, oh yeah, that's a cool looking name and that's going up in value, I'm going to invest in it. That's actually not how it works. That's not a good way of picking out a coin to actually make money from, and obviously also if you believe in the project. So I'm just going to highlight a few things. So for a start, Bitcoin Private is actually being developed with 100 people in the project. Over 100 people, and that's a lot. And what is really admirable is most of them are actually volunteers. So they're made up with volunteers. The main guy who invented the project, Rhett, R-H-E-T-T, Rhett Creighton, or if I get a few things wrong for any Bitcoin Private diehards, please forgive me, but his name's Rhett. So he invented the Bitcoin Private coin, which is actually a fork off C Classic. And from what I actually could tell from the interviews with Rhett, he's a humble and genuine person. Now, in crypto land, when any crypto is introduced to CoinMarketCap, a lot of them are money grabs, and that's something that a lot of people thought that Bitcoin Private is just another money grab because it's actually trailing along the name of Bitcoin. It's using the name of Bitcoin. Now, as we know, or as even if you're actually not aware, there's Bitcoin. There's Bitcoin Cash, which is on Coinbase. It's a huge coin. There's Bitcoin Gold. There's Bitcoin. There's so many Bitcoin forks. Bitcoin Pizza, Bitcoin Candy, Bitcoin Atom, Bitcoin Interest, and there's all these different forks. But Rhett was thinking this year, well, you know what, because this is like the Bitcoin fork time, I might as well see if I can, maybe perhaps, use the name and just create a fork off C Classic. But the thing is, it wasn't a name grab, it's not a money grab, because from what I could see from this interview with Rhett, he was very genuine and he was humble. And there was a sentence that he said, and don't quote me on this, but he said it roughly. He said with the Zcash coin, he said what actually made him feel sick was that 20% of the fees were going back to the developers, and he didn't want that for his coin. He wanted the community to be involved. He wanted good things for the miners. He had, his vision was, pretty, his vision was noble. And if you listen to this guy in interviews, you get a good feel from him. Well, anyway, I do anyway. I actually get a really good feel from this guy. He's not he's not one of these big corporates that just wants to grab a lot of money. He's like a computer scientist, so he's a tech guy, but he seems very genuine, and that is one thing that I picked up from the founder of Bitcoin Private. And he put a Twitter post out like, oh, what should we call this this Bitcoin, and it kind of came to a consensus of Bitcoin Private. So there's a really good story behind Bitcoin Private, how it all came about. It wasn't just bang out of nowhere Bitcoin Private from a $1 billion person who's got a lot of money behind them, Roger Ver with Bitcoin Cash. So it does have the Bitcoin name, but it's actually for a valid reason. Now, a couple of things that are really good about this privacy coin, because as we know, privacy is huge. It's a huge issue in cryptocurrencies. We really have to protect our privacy because there's so many hackers out there. But he actually did mention that he's using one of the best privacy protocols, which is ZK Snarks. and that's one of the best privacy protocols out there. You can't actually see your funds if you actually send it from one wallet to another. You can't see that on the public ledger, so you can't see the funds, which, you know, it's a privacy coin, so it's actually got great privacy technology behind it, and that's fantastic. So, you know, have a look at that. And also for the miners as well, there's a lot of great mining rewards. You know, like on average, I think the block is every 2.5 minutes. So you actually find a block every 2.5 minutes, and that normally it's like every, you know, 12 minutes plus. So that's another fantastic thing. And you know, he's pretty much taken the whole idea from Zcash, but I'll go into that on another video. But you know, it's fantastic. It's got some really great. It's like a Bitcoin baby. It's like a Bitcoin fork, you know, like all the other forks. But you know, this project actually has a lot of different factors attached to it. Really great factors. It's got the privacy covered. It's got great privacy protocols. The team behind it is pretty good, mostly volunteers. They've been working around the clock. The founder he's pretty serious about privacy because he finds it a big issue, which is actually true. And you know, it's still from the original Bitcoin code, which is Satoshi Nakamoto's vision, you know, so it's not like a completely different protocol of coding like Monero. And you know, like these other Monero and Pivx and things like that. So anyway, guys, look into Bitcoin Private. It's forking on February 28th. A couple of days later, I think they're going to be making more announcements, like March the 2nd or 3rd. Keep an eye out. I'm going to be doing more videos because I think this coin has got potential. And most importantly, to anyone in cryptos out there, when Moon, when Lambo, I reckon this coin is actually going to go to the moon. Oh, and also, sorry, disclaimer as well. What I'm talking about, please don't take this as financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes and educational purposes as well. So, you know, do your own due diligence, do your own research, make up your own mind. You know, I want to be here to actually share the information, share my findings, share my thoughts, share my ideas. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. But I personally reckon this Bitcoin Private is going to go to the moon. Please subscribe. I really would like some supporters for this channel. It'll be fantastic. And also thank you for my original supporters. I've got a supporter standing right here in front of me behind the camera, so thank you very much. And we'll see you later on another video. Bye.